Hello world! In this video, we will talk about why you'd want to become a programmer. I was originally in the path of working in the natural science field. In fact, I was so into it that I've read dozens of books until it's almost time to select the course that I'll be taking in college. At that time, the computer is becoming more and more popular. However, it's very expensive. But thanks to my aunt, who let me use her computer, and that's where my fascination started. But what really changed my mind in taking computer science rather than BS biology is the abundance and prospect of landing your dream job. Thanks to my father, who always entertained my questions and thoughts, which led me to that conclusion. Along the years of my experience working in this field, here are some additional reasons that I can share why you should consider taking a computer science course. Number 1. Programming skills have no industry boundaries. A programmer is not locked up in a certain industry. In my case, I've worked for a startup outsourcing company, a software development company, and a research institute. I've worked on different industries like billing, agriculture, telecom, e-commerce, and sales. Number 2. The abundance of programming-related jobs. Nowadays, more and more businesses are relying on software to automate certain parts of the business process. Like for example, in ERP, the software is being used to perform online transactions and log them. In e-commerce, data is also being saved, managed, and analyzed to determine a pattern that can be used to predict the future of a business or customer needs. Actually, any business with data does this. This means that more and more businesses are creating their own software division to address these needs, which means more programming jobs. In the Philippines, just check how many software-related jobs are posted every day in jobstreet.com.ph. Number 3. You can choose your dream job. Long ago, I've also worked for a corporate company, and the stress level is really high. Commuting every day for at least 3 hours, constant unreasonable deadlines, pollution, and toxic corporate culture. These things led me to move from one company to another. Sadly, most corporate companies are the same. A little different is a startup company. But thanks to the experience and skills I've gained, I have more confidence and freedom to apply for a new job. Number 4. Work remotely and work at your own pace. This is one of the best perks you can get in becoming a programmer. As long as you can communicate properly and know how to manage your time wisely, then this one is definitely possible. A disadvantage would be your social skills might deteriorate, but this can be solved. You can either join or create your own local community. I've been working remotely for the last 8 years and I have no regrets. I'm really thankful for the time I was able to save as I'm able to do things that I really love. Number 5. Continuously evolving field. There's always a possibility of learning something new. Technology is fast evolving, and so are the pieces of software that are developed by programmers. Though some businesses are stuck with the old software, like the banks, most are adapting the ever-changing customer needs. For instance, before an application is deployed on a single server, but now there are billions of users generating events every second, and this leads to the development of microservice architecture. Another evolution is how the data is being treated. When I was working in a research institute, most of the experimental data are printed and stored in a room. Then a database was created to store them. Nowadays, these stored data are being analyzed to predict future outcomes or needs. In summary, as long as there is a desire to improve a business workflow, then there is a need to improve the software as well. Number 6. Relatively good pay. Though it varies from country to country, here's a list of the top paying jobs in the world. This one is from Glassdoor, and here's the one for the Philippines. Number 7. Qualities that we can learn from being a programmer. It teaches you patience and perseverance. Sometimes, the experience is not enough to solve a bug. Being organized and focused. You need to develop a workflow that works for you when developing software. Otherwise, you might spend a lot of time working on a feature or fixing a bug. Adaptability. Programmers wear many hats, from being a programmer, tester, and sometimes do deployments. I even have the experience when I do the UI design. Resourcefulness. Google or Stack Overflow first before you start coding. Most often, your problem has already been addressed by another programmer. Creativity. Because programming is about solving problems, you have to be creative to avoid duplicate codes or enhance the performance of a program. Attention to detail. Don't just start coding. Be sure that you understand what the task is about. Otherwise, you will have to redo it. Often happens on a new programmer. Efficiency. Always develop a way to automate. An example would be deploying on a test server. Instead of doing it manually every time, create a script. Another simple way to become efficient is mastering the IDE that you are using for development, especially the shortcuts. It really saves a lot of time. Communication. You need to master communication. When something is not clear on a ticket, make sure to consult your technical lead or project manager. In our team, we learned that communication using chat with history, like Skype, is more effective than having a voice conference. And that's it for this video. I hope I have shared some awareness regarding this career. See you in the next video.